grass strip, he put in everything. Mr. Montpelli had no intentions of doing that because he did not want the liability. And Mr. Spears was the attorney for Mr. Montpelli only to protect his interest.
Okay, Bill, I'm sorry you didn't get this information ahead of time. I was going to give it to you at the mediation. And if the mediation ever happens.
I'm all in favor, but if we get everybody to agree to do our own sidewalks, if the majority of the community feels that way, but I'd like to get it changed in the docs so we don't have conflict, okay? It says by state law, if there's a conflict, there's an order of things. I forget what the order, the declaration of covenants, the bylaws. There's an order of importance, and whenever there's a conflict, you go back to the documents. What this man did without changing the document, he's a lawyer. He knew he should have changed the documents to avoid.
He did not have anything to do with the documents.
All right, but
Mastercraft put in the documents.
Okay, then they knew, somebody had to know that you got to change it because it's in the county plat as one thing. It's on the survey map. It shows that that area is all dedicated. Anything outside your property line is dedicated to the association. I could see that lawn, the grass strip being an appurtenance because they put sprinkler heads, they put grass, and they don't say anything in the documents about it. It makes perfect sense that it's appurtenant to your home ownership. But the sidewalks, it clearly says sidewalks are a responsibility of the association. So when there's a conflict, it says it right in your documents, right before that other thing you mentioned about, right before that line about the appurtenances. It says sidewalks are the responsibility of the association. So if we get rid of the conflict, we get people that are in the audience and get signatures, we could go door to door, get it straightened out once and for all, and then if somebody doesn't want to do it, you can fine them legally.
But listen, what he's saying is this has been an ongoing thing since 1999.
Will it hold up in court though?
That's what I asked him to send. Because what he's telling you here is that the ongoing question about sidewalks in Meadowbrook, but note that the word sidewalk is nowhere in the paragraph where I was quoted regarding talking about common areas. That's the thing we were going about.
Well, then why do they mention sidewalks in the documents when you say sidewalks are responsibility?
Where is it in the documents?
Does anybody have a copy of the documents?
I can't ever.
It's article.
I mean, Mr. Montpelli is. They're saying it's never mentioned in there, and I am assuming that they never changed it. That Mastercraft never changed it because the word aperture, meaning
appurtenance,
or whatever it is, meaning what's attached. Now, if they put in the grass strip and the sprinkler system, you don't think you're going to sell a house with a piece of dirt in between your lawn and your sprinkler system, and that's just ridiculous.
Cost of the sidewalk was included in the cost of your home when you had it built.
And that's exactly what he said in here.
It doesn't matter. They charge you for your mailboxes to, you know, they were trying to save money, period. So they wanted you to pay for everything.
Bill, all I'm telling you is what the attorney said. You wanted us to go to him. Now he's giving you an explanation. Now you're arguing with that. But what I'm telling you...
No, that's fine. If it holds up and if it holds water, that's fine. But by hook or by crook, I would like to see that we don't have this ongoing problem. Do your damn sidewalk, clean it. If you don't get it, clean it, you get fined, period. So we don't have to have a debate all the time. And that's why I always believe that if the documents were right to begin with, we wouldn't have this. Anybody that tried to challenge it is dead in the water.
Well, not according to this. But what I'm saying is I think we've had enough with the sidewalk issue. I think it's time, before we try to get taken back to another court or wherever we want to take us the next time, we'll make a decision.
These aren't
right
the original
or
documents, are they? Or are these the ones Winklejohn made up?
No.
Nobody ever used those documents.
Because it's in here, I know, I'll find it.
Okay.
Bill,
the whole thing.
Bill,
what?
my point is, the documents say the board of directors has power to make rules and regulations for the community.
I'm all in favor of that, believe me. I don't wanna have to make a phone call every year to get some guy in here and get bids to do it when everybody can just do it. I'm with you on that, but I
Okay,
want to
we
know
have-
that it's, everything's legit.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
We do have the power to do that.
And the whole
For several
thing
different
is, right
reasons.
now, this is a very simple issue. We could not bring it out in mediation because the mediation never came about. Secondly of all, it's time the board made a decision. I mean, either, I appreciate Mr. DeBost giving us the opinion. Mr. DeBost based his opinion on an observation. This man is giving you a clarification. And when I asked him to, whatever he sent, to make sure it was something that would stand up in a court of law, because if we ended up in court, we only would subpoena him to court anyway. And as far as I'm concerned, all we have to do is turn around and reapprove the resolution that we approved June 15th, and with the word gutters removed. Because I do believe that he says that the gutters are the responsibility of the association because they were part of the infrastructure, and that's the only thing that Mr. Mappelli was obligated to do.
So how come we haven't had anybody come in to do the gutters all these years?
Because we've told people you have to clean the gutters too.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that if you're gonna do the sidewalk, you might as well do the gutter, it's only a foot wide.
Right, they don't have to.
Yeah.
They didn't pay for the gutter.
Well, maybe we can get everybody to
When I
volunteer.
bought my lot, the gutters and the road was there. There was no side, it was a gutter road, and it was dirt.
No, that's fine,
Road
but
and
if we're
gutter was
gonna
there,
do
so
this
that's property,
resolution,
personal property.
if we're gonna do the resolution, why not see if people volunteer to do both, and the whole place will look good?
You know what, why don't we try to get it taken care of, do the resolution, remove the word gutter, reapprove it, we will bring this back up again at the annual meeting where it started as it's unfinished business. And as far as I'm concerned, you can go round and round and round with this, and I think we have had enough of this. Either the board sits, makes a decision, you stand by your decision, and if somebody wants to challenge it, then they're perfectly free to do so.
Yeah, but there's a little problem with that too. It's like saying, well, we know it costs money to challenge it, so you're putting somebody in a position where you wanna do something about it, go ahead, do something about it.
Well,
And they got it, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather be fair from the get-go, so there's no debate.
We serve as the, people can vote us out of office. I'm gonna,
Right.
if you don't believe this, they can vote us out of office, right?
Simple.
And they can be on the board and they can make their own resolutions, and I wish they would, instead of picking on us. I mean, we're doing what we think is best for this community. The sidewalks are a big selling point. There's people with a lot of houses for sale in here, and the
But-
sidewalks look
And
terrible.
it'd be great if everybody just cooperated.
Yeah.
But when you got stuff in writing that they use against you, it's an ongoing pain in the butt.
Bill,
But the
there's
board-
always going to be something that's used against you because they don't agree with it. And if it's a legitimate thing, then they have the right to disagree with you. But I don't know, you were the one that wanted to go to Mr. Spears, well, now we went to Mr. Spears.
Good, I didn't know anything about it.
I didn't
Well,
either.
if there was a mediation,
thanks
you
for
would have
telling me.
gotten all of that.
Be nice to tell me though,
I didn't know.
I'm on the board.
I didn't know it. I'm on the board.
He didn't know it either. That,
Can I
excuse
just
me.
inject something that might help everything out here? Quick. When you purchase your property and you have title to your property, the right of way and that goes along with your title. It also is backed up by Article 7, Section 1 of our documents. If you read that and what the explanation of that is, and look in the dictionary to see what it means, attachments, etc., meaning your sidewalk, your right of way, that is it, period. If you read it, the law is already in there, you got it in your documents. As far as I'm concerned, you people have all the right in the world to put in that resolution, and he tells you the same thing. Title is transferred to those pieces of property when you buy your own home.